Hello and welcome. This is a reading for Libra for November 2023. Welcome to the table, Libra. I have pre-shuffled these cards, but I will give them a shuffle for you. I'll be doing a 10 card spread with 5 cards along the top row and 5 cards along the bottom. I'll be talking about those cards as they come out, and then I'll be overlaying them with the second deck of cards, and once again I'll talk about those cards as well. I do have an oracle deck on the table, and I will draw an oracle card at the end of the reading. But you don't need to stay for that. The tarot reading will be complete in itself. It's only for those of you who want to stay the distance and see if the oracle card brings you any more information. Cut the deck. The flowers are from my garden and the crystals have been in their salt bath. We've got the 5 of Cups in the upright position, the Hermit in the upright position, the 4 of Cups in the reverse position, the Lovers in the reverse position, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. Oh, yes, Queen of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles in the upright position, the 6 of Wands in the upright position, the 7 of Pentacles in the upright position, the 7 of Swords in the reverse position, and the Chariot in the reverse position. On the bottom of the deck we've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, let's have a look. So the overall energy here is the King of Pentacles. This is a secure position, strong, firm, masculine energy. So this is, and when I talk masculine or feminine energy, that's the energy coming off the cards. And this is more of a mature male businessman type of energy. So secure finances, focused on your worldly aspects of life, where you are in the world, perhaps focusing on your finances, making wise decisions, being very grounded and very mature in your decisions. So that's quite a strong, this is reliability and success and mastering your surroundings. Okay, so whatever circumstances you're in, this is a very, very strong energy for November. Now we've got the 5 of Cups here, so this can be loneliness, despair, grief, isolation, a sense of loss or sadness. So quite a sad little card. And this is very much allowing any sad emotions to come and to flow and to just allow that through you. This might be a processing of something that's happened. It can be years ago. Sometimes a season can just bring up emotions again. Sometimes it can be weather conditions. It can just be sometimes the phases of the moon. Any one of those things can release emotions that might be triggered by either the circumstances around you or the, as I say, the season that's around you. This can be quite a need to allow yourself to process any feelings of bereavement or trauma or despair or grief, any one of those things, even isolation. Sometimes we just need to be isolated so that we value our connections more, and also so that we have that a period of isolation just where we can allow ourselves to feel our feelings and to allow ourselves to grow from those feelings, because we do need to look at those feelings if there's been pain and, as I say, there's been grief. We do need to allow that to happen. And here again, we've got the Hermit. So drawing back, looking at your values, looking at what's important to you, reflecting on where you've been, how far you've come, where you want to go, what your spiritual values might be. This is just a period of introspection and meditation and contemplation. And the 5 of Cups is very much in the same energy. It's that watery energy, that soft, quiet, retreating energy where you don't really feel like going out and partying. Now here's the 4 of Cups in the reverse aspect again, and this can be disillusioned, disappointment, disengaged. This can be apathy and unmotivated, not being motivated. But this can also be that you are not really wishing to engage with the emotional side of life, or that you feel that your emotional side of life is somewhat lacking and empty. And this could also be the sense here that you feel that your emotional side of life is not very fulfilling at the moment, and you're looking at that and wondering how you're going to fix that. So that's quite an interesting energy here, starting off Libra. Now, I will mention that I have attempted to do your reading several times, and despite the number of times that I shuffle the cards, these cards keep coming out. So it's telling me that this reading is definitely for you. And I have shuffled very extensively, but I was a little bit concerned that the reading is feeling quite dark. But I do sense perhaps that all of you are in this sort of retreating phase, and perhaps disengaged and feeling like things are not in a state of real happiness at the moment, and are not necessarily in a state of deep grief, but just where you are kind of neutral. Now here we've got the Lovers in reverse again. So there's this, normally the Lovers would be about your subconscious and your conscious mind meshing. So you have that lovely balance and feel completely confident and in unity with yourself, where you're working towards your highest good, and where you are trusting in the cosmos and feeling the beauty of the world around you. So somehow or another, I feel that you don't have this passion and desire. You don't have this connection here with yourself, your inner self. I feel again, this is very much this retreating, very much this pulled back energy. And I think you're just waiting to see what's next, rather than trying to jump out there and try and engage with the world. I think you're just waiting for it to come towards you. Now, that may not always be possible, because unless you actually put yourself out there to meet other people, perhaps you stay in this state too long. But I'm not going to say that, because you've got the King of Coins. That's only a perhaps. Now we've got the Queen of Pentacles here as well. So the Queen of Pentacles, she loves beautiful things. She likes to look good. She knows how to get the things she wants, because she likes art, she likes music, she likes jewelry, she likes all of the beautiful things in the world. It's in the reverse state. So there's also this gentle feeling of loving her home and her family. She can be generous. It's in the reverse position. So there's this sense again of not really wanting to nurture anybody else. Perhaps you're just needing to nurture yourself. All of these cards on the top row are talking about the need to nurture yourself and to give yourself some compassion and some love and some gentleness. So I think all of this energy here on the top row is about taking care of yourself, Libra, allowing yourself to rest, to think, to be quiet. Give yourself permission to be quiet. You don't need to party and socialize all the time. We've got the social season coming up in a couple of months, but we don't need to do it right now if you don't feel that way. Now we've got the Eight of Coins. So the Eight of Coins and the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work, discipline, satisfaction in what you do. Now this could be that you are being very careful about the work that you're putting in. I think you're very focused on putting the work into yourself. Now, I don't think that that's a problem, as long as you don't stay there too long. This card is about satisfaction, so as long as you are inwardly satisfied that the work you are doing and the place you are in is okay for you at the moment, then by all means keep doing what work you're doing. We don't need to come out of this energy if you don't feel strong enough, or that you don't feel you've given yourself enough time. So that's this energy here with the Eight of Pentacles says that it's fine to keep on doing what you're doing, and if what you're doing is resting and healing your soul and healing your emotions and being quiet and taking care of the little things on the side and nurturing yourself, then that's fine too. The Six of Wands says here, now this is rather interesting, and I'm only going to mention it because the two cards are right next to one another. The word pride is on both of them. Okay, so I'm putting that out there, not because I think you're proud, but this one talks about success and accolades and victory. But it's interesting, the word pride came up with the Eight of Coins, and I've never associated that with the Eight of Coins before. And then I saw it on this card as well, and I thought, well, that's really bizarre. This is something I wouldn't normally mention for either of these cards, but it's there and I saw it, so I have put it out there for you. Now, this is recognition for the hard work that you've done, for this, you know, for the efforts that you've put in somewhere. Now, it's right next to the 8 of coins, so it is showing that somehow or another you're getting recognition for the work that you've done and the efforts, and you know, this can be a long-standing consolidated effort that you've put in over something, and you're getting the results of that and the acknowledgement for that. But the word pride did come out, so I'm not saying you're proud or you know you need to swallow your pride. I don't think that's the case, but as I said, because it's never caught my eye before, I thought I'd mention it today. Now here we've got the 7 of coins. 7 of coins is talking about something where you have been patient for a very long time. You've put the work out, you've kept on working, kept on persevering, and then you finally get to the point where you've got some satisfaction and you see the results of your hard work. Now what you need to do when that happens is to congratulate yourself, to pause a little while, to reflect on what you've achieved, and then decide, you know, you need to congratulate yourself. Look at what you're going to do with that harvest. Do you want to continue in this path, or do you want to take your profit and move on to a different path? But this is the time when the harvest has come in from your hard perseverance, from your hard work, from your efforts, and you do need to pause for just that little while you reflect on what you've achieved. Because if you just keep moving in a hurry, you don't see the value in what you've done. And if it's taken considerable amount of work, then you are not rewarding yourself in the right way. You are not claiming your victory. And it is important to claim the victories that we achieve, because life can be a little bit grueling sometimes. And if you don't claim your victories, then you can fall into a state of despondency, because you don't always get the recognition from everybody else. So you do need to value yourself and your own efforts. Now we've got this 7 of Swords. This can be, in this case, because it's in the reverse position, and also because this card has come out. I think I've tried to do your reading 4 or 5 times, and each time this card came out. So I'm feeling that rather than trickery or deception or plotting or anyone, or theft, or any one of these, I feel that this is sort of your mind. I think you're, how shall I put that? Feeling threatened by what the future might bring towards you, and fearing that the future might not be positive. It's talking about the enemy of the mind within. So the enemy within can be your mind. This is sort of being alarmed, being nervous, fearing that good things are not coming your way. Now that's clearly not the case, because you're in the state of the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is in a state of plenty and security and a strong foundation, well grounded and well managed. So I don't think this fear is justified. I feel that it's more fear in this case than anything else. It's under this Lovers card, which is your conscious and your subconscious mind. And I think in your unconscious mind, or even in your the state of maybe your dreams or your thought patterns, or the words that you're speaking to yourself, is not doing you any favors. And I think perhaps you need to give yourself some more positive affirmations and some more congratulations for all the hard work that you do, because you're surrounded here by the 8 of coins and the 7 of coins. So it tells me that you work very hard at what you do. And I think these are the kind of the little lies we tell ourselves when we are not valuing ourselves enough. So this is, you're perhaps not valuing yourself enough. So that's the sense of what I'm getting all through this reading, is that you don't value yourself enough. You don't value the hard work that you do. And it shows that you're diligent. The Queen of Coins is here in the reverse position. Again, I think you need to take better care of yourself. I think you need to give yourself more positive rewards and more positive affirmations. Now we have got the Chariot in the reverse position. So again, there's this sense of this is control, willpower, moving forward, ambition, victory and success. Again, this is very much like this very sharp focus of the Six of Wands. So you've got the Chariot in the reverse position. So perhaps you're not feeling very driven at the moment, and perhaps you are not giving yourself again the acknowledgement of the success and your determination and your ambition. You're not giving yourself enough credit for everything that you do. That's the strong message I'm getting from this reading at the moment, because it's showing me that you're strong, you're powerful, and you're well organized and very disciplined. And I think here you're feeling that maybe you're not being acknowledged, and perhaps people around you are not acknowledging you, but you're beginning to doubt yourself. And I think it's very important that you remember how hard you've worked and give yourself the acknowledgement of the focus that you've put in there. I'm going to leave it at that because I think that covers it pretty much the way I wanted to say it. So it's not so far a unpleasant reading, but it's also not a pleasant reading. It's more about self-doubt and a lack of confidence and just feeling perhaps a little bit low and withdrawn, and also perhaps feeling a little bit neglected where people are not giving you any, you know, where normally you might say congratulations to people, you're not getting it back. And that sense of feeling a little bit like perhaps nobody cares or nobody's very interested, but you need to remember for yourself that you have put yourself in this very, very powerful position. So, you know, that we would all like people to make a bit of a fuss, but it doesn't always happen. Okay. Just give these a little bit of a hand shuffle in front of you. They've been extremely well shuffled again. Be interesting to see what cards have come out. I never got as far as the second layer when I've attempted to do your readings. But again, as I said, the number of cards that came out exactly the same, or if they weren't exactly the same, they were different cards that still gave me exactly the same message. There's the Three of Swords again for you, Libra. You've had that so many times. The King of Swords in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse again, the Hierophant here, Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot in reverse. Believe me, these cards have been turned upside down and right way up and mixed together over and over again. The Emperor, here you go. There's that control. Let's have a look in the bottom of the deck. What have we got there? The Three of Pentacles, okay, in reverse. Okay, Libra, this looks very much like more of the same. Don't run away. It's important actually sometimes when the messages are not very encouraging that you actually look what it is, because this is where the lesson comes from the tarot, when it's speaking to you to either change your direction, lift your game, or look at a different way of doing things. Now here's the Three of Swords on top of the Five of Cups. There's this pain again, this hurt. So again, the Five of Cups, this grief, this isolation, bereavement, despair, and there's that pain again. So you're looking at it one more time. You know, it's come up so many times in the last year or two. There's those tears again. If you need to let the tears out one more time, let them out. There's no good holding back. If the pain is there, nobody can take that away from you until you release it. Here on the Hermit is the King of Swords in the reverse position. So this is telling me there are things you need to cut out of your life, because the King has a double-edged sword. He's got integrity, he has wisdom, he has clear thinking, he is analytical, he is bold, he is brave. But he also can use that sword to cut out the things that are no longer serving him. So because it's in the reverse position, I'm just going to say, I think you need to cut some things out of your life, things that are not good for you, and that you perhaps have been very reluctant to deal with. So I'm going to put that there. That could also mean a legal decision that perhaps hasn't gone completely in your favour or not in your favour at all. But the main feeling I'm getting from this is that perhaps you need to use this sword to remove some of the things from your life that are not serving you. And that can happen to you when you think about this. This is on top of the Hermit. So this is this quiet introspection, this time of contemplation and solitude. And the King has the clear thinking. So, and he's also listening to his inner voice and his intuition. So after that, I think you do need to use that clear thinking, and you do need to decide what it is you need to cut out of your life. It's not always a comfortable place to be in. Now we've got the Four of Cups in the reverse aspect, and again this can be this solitude and being unmotivated, holding back, being fatigued. And here you've got the Three of Cups in the reverse position. So not feeling at all like celebrating necessarily, not feeling like going out very much, but it is important for you to go out occasionally, even if you don't feel like it, just to keep in contact with other people and to keep in contact with your friends, because they will lift your spirits and they will help you find a balance through a difficult time. And this does feel a little bit difficult. It feels very emotional, it feels a little bit fragile, and the word fragile is coming quite strongly off the cards. So do try and keep in contact with your friends, reach out, even if you just send a text message. But if you can actually get in company with people, just go and have a cup of coffee, have a couple of drinks together, maybe go on a picnic or a walk, maybe go to the movies, something like that will lift your spirits no end. Now we've got the Seven of Pentacles on top of this Lover's card. So Seven of Pentacles, again, this is not taking enough time to give yourself the reward and the credit for everything that you do. And by not giving yourself the credit and the congratulations for the hard work and efforts that you put into life, you become you become sort of shattered. You pull apart from your conscious and your subconscious mind. You're no longer whole, and you're no longer living in the light, and you're no longer positive. So it is very important to remember to give yourself the acknowledgement, at least, that you have worked hard at something and that you've put a lot of effort into something. And if no one else is going to give you congratulations, you better give it to yourself, because otherwise it feels futile in going forward, and you start to become low, and you're feeling that you're not confident. You might feel that you're not shining your light, or that you're not being enough, or not doing enough. But the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles here in the upright position is telling me that yes, you are enough, and that you are doing enough. You're doing it right, but the energy in the world is quite difficult at the moment. Now we've got the Seven of Swords here. I talked about the Seven of Swords in this position here. It's on top of the Queen of Coins. So this is looking at your home. This Queen of Pentacles is an Earth Mother. She takes care of the home. She's nurturing. And here you can see these two swords are well founded. They're in the ground. They're secure. You know what you want. You know what you're about. This is your doubts. Somebody is like, this is your doubts walking away, taking you away from what's solid and what's secure around you, and making you doubt yourself. This is not treachery or betrayal. I think this is more a state of mind where you're not trusting where you have put your swords, not trusting who you are. Perhaps you're feeling fragile. Perhaps you are in poor health. Perhaps the season is making you unsettled. Perhaps all of the chaos in the world at the moment is making you unsettled. But don't allow it to destabilize you and give you mental issues. You need to try and put those swords deeply into the ground. Be secure in your home. Be secure in what you can contribute to the world. Okay, don't let it give you mental anguish. Now here we've got the Eight of Coins. This is the Hierophant on top, so this is tradition, an established way of doing things. Spiritual meditation, spiritual practice, learning undergoing a state of learning, so you may want to undertake some extra learning. You may want to seek out a blessing from your spiritual alliances, maybe your church or wherever you meditate, or whatever it is that you align yourself with. Perhaps you just need to find the company and seek some solitude within your church or within your fraternity of people that are like-minded in your spiritual practices. So that's because it's saying that I think you need to put some energy more into your spiritual practices so that you don't feel despair or loneliness or isolation. Now, underneath this Hermit, on top of the Six of Wands, we've got this Ace of Swords. So this is this clear thinking. This is this mental breakthrough. So somehow you're not getting this clear thinking. Perhaps this is this energy over here where you're getting a little bit doubting yourself, because Libra, you are able to analyze and think clearly. You're able to weigh things up. And again, this might be the sword of what you need to cut out. Maybe you need to cut through something, and maybe you don't want to do that. But the cosmos is going to demand it of you, whether you like it or not. So you've got the King of Swords here and the Ace of Swords. This is all about stepping into this clear thinking and trying to work out what it is you need to let go of. Because there is something here that you need to let go of, and that could be just negative thinking. Now we've got the Knight of Pentacles on top of the Seven of Coins. So Knight of Pentacles on top of the Seven of Pentacles. It's in the reverse aspect. So slow energy, not moving fast towards you. So it's rather interesting, because you've had this card moving slowly towards you for months and months and months, and now suddenly it's in the reverse aspect. Let me just have a look what I think. I just need to pause a moment. Now, this is, can you see the trusty steed that he's on? He's on a very secure and stable and strong and slow horse. So I'm looking at this as the cosmos. The cosmos is the trusty steed that brings you what you need when you need it. And perhaps you are not in a state of trust that the cosmos will bring you what you need when you need it. That's the only thing I can get from this card in the reverse aspect. Because this is always talked about money coming in slowly towards you, what you need coming towards you, and being secure. Now this is still that strong and steady, secure energy, but it's in the reverse aspect. So there's something about a delay here, or that you don't trust it. I'm not sure. I'll just leave that one for the moment. I might have to clarify that one. Now we've had the Chariot here in the reverse aspect, and you've also got the Chariot here in the reverse aspect. So again, I think this is perhaps you might be on a path where you may need to make a decision about where you're going, how fast you're going to go there. I also am getting a very strong sense of perhaps you wanting to relocate or move, and that could, you know, it could mean travel, that you're going to travel, you're thinking about travel, and perhaps you haven't made the plans yet. Pardon me. So both of these cards can be travel. They can be about moving home, fast forward moving energy. So this, but in this case, you're not moving at all. So perhaps you're a little bit stuck. So you might be thinking about what it is you're going to do and haven't yet commenced the journey. So that can be both of these cards. The Chariot in reverse can mean that either you're stuck, or there's a delay, or you're making plans, but you know the plans are focused, but you haven't finalized the plans yet. But all of these things are as usually choices, decisions, fast moving energy, or in this case where you've paused before you actually take action. Now the very last card is the Emperor. This is control. This is total control. So perhaps what's happening here is you want so much control over things that you are not able to move forward, or not able to finalize everything because you want things under your control. And that could be the case here with this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse aspect. Perhaps you are, perhaps you are trying to get things too much under your control and not allowing life to just flow. That could be the case. And that's probably more what I'm thinking here, is that you want a controlled environment. So rather than allowing, because you do have this enormously powerful King of Coins here, so this is showing that you like control, you like to master things, and you like it all neat and tidy. And the very fact that you've got the Emperor here is telling me the same thing. So I do think perhaps this Knight of Pentacles, what I was concerned about needing to clarify, I do again feel that this is something about control. Here you are controlling this very powerful horse, controlling your direction, controlling the pace, controlling how you spend your money, controlling what you do on this earth. So it feels to me like you are definitely in a very masterful position for controlling the situation around you. Now we've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse aspect. So in the reverse aspect, normally, in the upright position, this would normally be about learning, undertaking a trade, perhaps an apprenticeship, collaboration with other people. It's in the reverse. So I'm thinking that perhaps you are not very interested in collaborating with anyone at this stage. I think if you are thinking about undergoing some learning, and that could be with the Hierophant here. The Hierophant also indicates learning, that it's almost like I'm feeling you might have to pay for something you don't want to pay for, or that somebody is asking you for something that you don't want to give, something that you want for free, or you feel that the learning is for free. I'm getting the word free here and not wanting to pay. I'm not quite sure how that relates to anything on the table. I'll just put that out there because, again, it's like sometimes I just get words and I just feel I need to say what it is that I'm feeling, because this has got Pentacles on it, so that normally talks about payment. And perhaps you feel like you're not going to get value for money, whether it's value for money. I'm not entirely sure, because this King of Coins, he wants value for money. He knows the value of money. He knows how hard it is to work for it. He knows how to invest it, how to look after it, how to develop a business. He knows all about this control. He's wise and he's learned. And so perhaps you feel that what you would like to learn is not worth the money that you have to pay for it. I'm not entirely sure. I just have to leave it at that. Okay, for those of you who don't want to stay for the Oracle card, I have finished the tarot reading. That's probably the most I can glean from it. It's quite a long reading, but I don't know what parts apply to you. You need to take what you can from it and leave the rest. Don't try and force any of these aspects onto yourself, because it'll just make you miserable. And already you have some concerns about looking after your mental health, because you need to be sure of what it is you want, and don't allow somebody to distract you or tell you that you're wrong. You've got the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords here, so Libra, you are quite capable of analysing and working things out for yourself. You don't need to listen to anyone else's advice if you don't want to, and you don't need to follow in their footsteps, because some people can give you lots of recommendations and advice and it may not be right for you. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. We've got Celestial. Okay, that's a very appropriate energy for you at the moment, I think, Libra. I think you're very withdrawn. I think you're feeling your way through the energies, and I think this is what this person is doing. Remember, you are a celestial being. You are beautiful. You are divine. You are a perfect creation. You have a subconscious and a conscious mind. And this needs to be all meshed in together for you to be able to radiate your light. And a celestial being is a being of light, a light worker, a light being, somebody who brings hope to other people. People that have only got to look at you to recognize that you are bringing your light forward. But while you're in that quiet space, Allow yourself that quiet space. You may just need that little bit of time to regroup and collect, gather your energy and feel your way through the thick energy that's in the earth at the moment. Thank you so much for watching, Libra. I do hope you've enjoyed the reading. Bye for now.